Lanny did the whiteboards, man. He did the whiteboards. So jotting the notes down on the whiteboards. Here it is. If it's on the calendar, it will get done. Yep. Put your plans on a calendar. I use both a large monthly calendar in my office and a day planner. I love that. I mean, Joe and I were talking about that earlier when we were snacking in the kitchen. How I rely on those so much. The year planner, not so much. I mean, It's there. But the month or the next couple weeks and that day, the stuff that has to get done the next day, so freaking important, especially if you're those, because there's so many people who say, how can I get more organized?
Right.
Well, there's one way of doing it right there. Put your thoughts down on it, because in your mind, they're all jumbled and you're trying to catch up. You're like, oh, this one. Get those whiteboards, so you have one's in my laundry room and I pass it several times a day. That's this month, next couple weeks, what happens. And the one on my refrigerator is basically tomorrow. What needs to be done tomorrow. It's nice when they're cleared, but
well, it goes back. I mean, if anybody's listened to you for any length of time, they've heard you talk about whiteboard. Everybody in the squad,
they all have whiteboards.
They all have whiteboards because of how much Mac has placed an emphasis on that. And I think sometimes, this gets into the over trying. You're not controlled by the whiteboards. The whiteboards are there to help you with your thinking.
Correct.
Keep you moving. And if something doesn't get done, you're not going to trip about it. Just goes to the next day.
Goes over to the next day. Yeah. Roll over.
So, but what it does is it just gives you those targets. Again, keeps it off of your mind because you can just look it up. See, because if we don't have that, then we can. It's one thing to have a lot to do. It's another thing to think about the fact that you have a lot to do. Right. That's what messes most of us up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We dread it.
Overwhelmed. Yeah.
What I like to say, the more you talk about how long it's going to take and how hard it's going to be, then the longer it's going to take and the harder it's going to be, right?
Yep.
So we've got to put that aside, and the whiteboards are a great way to do that. But so Lanny was talking about it in the book. Your back's like, so there's a lot of parallels between between him and yourself.
Yep.